Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting our hands dirty, metaphorically speaking, with something super creative happening in closets everywhere. We're talking DIY shirt cutting. Transform your t-shirts into fashion statements. Our mission today is basically to give you the ultimate shortcut, the inside scoop on this really practical and honestly pretty popular trend.
Yeah, it's definitely caught on.
We've gone through a whole bunch of sources, including a really detailed guide from Pixel Pulse Fashion, trying to pull out the absolute must-know stuff. Forget just the basic how-tos you see everywhere. We're after those, surprising bits and the ideas that can actually help you refresh your wardrobe without spending anything.
Exactly. And you're right, this really does go way beyond just scissors and fabric. It's tapping into self-expression. It's about sustainability, a big one, and just reclaiming some creativity in how you dress.
Right.
So yeah, we'll cover the techniques, sure, but also dig into the why. Why is this whole DIY cutting thing resonating so much right now?
Okay, let's jump right in then. Pixel Pulse Fashion calls it the DIY t-shirt revolution, which sounds big, but honestly,
It kind of is.
if you're on social media at all, you've seen it, right? Like millions of videos, these transformation pics everywhere. It feels like everyone's doing it. So, okay, obviously it's cheap. You make unique stuff, but what else? What's really driving this, you think?
That's a great question. Because yes, the budget thing, the unique pieces, that's the surface level. Obvious appeal. But what's really key, I think, is how accessible it is.
Okay.
Yeah, unlike, say, sewing or knitting, this needs hardly any tools and zero advanced skills.
Makes sense.
Seriously, you can get results that look pretty professional in, minutes. That's super low barrier. That's huge.
Makes sense.
And it plugs right into that desire people have to stand out a bit. In a world full of fast fashion, making something yours feels good. It's about expressing yourself.
Yeah, that individuality definitely comes through. We found some great stories like Sarah, college student in Austin, had 15 tees she never wore, just sitting there.
We all had those.
Right. So instead of tossing them, she started cutting. Said she basically got a completely new wardrobe that people actually compliment. And the cost, zero.
That's amazing.
Total game changer for her. And then there's Maria, a graphic designer. For her, it started as just a creative thing during quarantine. But then friends started asking her to do theirs, and it sort of snowballed into a little side business. From old t-shirts.
See, it taps into so many things: creativity, resourcefulness, even entrepreneurship.
Okay. So before we all grab scissors and potentially ruin our favorite band tee.
Right, let's prep first.
Let's talk toolkit. What's the essential gear we absolutely need for this DIY adventure?
Okay, essentials. The sources are super clear on this. Quality tools make a difference, especially scissors.
Fabric scissors, specifically.
Yes, absolutely. Sharp, high-quality fabric scissors. Cannot stress that enough. Using dull kitchen scissors or something, that's just asking for trouble. Jagged edges, damaged fabric.
Yeah, sounds frustrating.
Totally. There was a quote from Jennifer, a fashion blogger, something like, "Good tools are the difference between a mad project and a great one. Invest in good scissors." Wise words.
Okay, good scissors. Got it. What else?
Pretty simple stuff, really. Measuring tape, or even just a ruler, chalk, or one of those washable fabric markers you need to see your lines.
Makes sense.
Oh, and a piece of cardboard. Crucial. Slip it inside the shirt so you don't accidentally cut through both layers.
Oh, good tip.
Yeah, saves a lot of grief. And maybe some safety pins, just to hold things steady if you need them. That's basically it.
All right, tools assembled. Where does a beginner start? What are the easy wins, the techniques that give you that instant, hey, I made this feeling?
Definitely. The absolute classic starting point is the classic cropped cut.
Just chopping the bottom off.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But with a little finesse. It's so simple, but instantly makes an old tee feel more current. You basically figure out where you want the new hem, mark it.
While wearing it, maybe.
Yeah, good idea to put it on, mark the spot, then lay it flat, cut straight across. Pro tip, maybe leave an extra inch.
Okay, why the extra inch?
Because then you gently stretch that new edge. The fabric, especially jersey knit, naturally curls or rolls under a bit. It gives you this nice, soft, finished-looking edge instead of a raw cut. Looks intentional.
Oh, cool. Like you meant to do it?
Exactly. We heard from Alex, a high schooler, who said it's super forgiving for beginners. So, good place to start.
Love that. Okay, simple crop, big impact. But what if you want something a bit more, I don't know, stylish? Maybe change the neckline.
Yeah, absolutely. That leads us to things like the trendy off-shoulder look.
Ooh, Ooh, okay. How does that work?
This one gives you that kind of cool asymmetrical drapey vibe. Usually it's just one diagonal cut. You cut from the side of the collar down towards the armhole on one side.
Just one cut?
Yep. It sounds simple, but that diagonal line lets the fabric fall really nicely off the shoulder, creates this elegant drape.
Huh.
It's instantly more feminine, great for layering, works for lots of people, but there are things to consider.
Like what?
Well, you might need a specific bra or strapless top underneath, obviously. And once you cut, you can't really go back if you cut too much off the shoulder.
Right. Measure twice, cut once applies here too.
Definitely. Oh, and fabric choice matters here too.
Yeah.
Knit fabrics, like your typical t-shirt cotton, work way better for this. They drape. Stiffer fabrics might just stick out awkwardly.
Good point. Okay, so we've got cropped, we've got off the shoulder. What about just a classic tank top? Especially for summer or layering, that seems super practical.
Totally practical. The tank top transformation is a core skill, I'd say.
But how do you avoid making it look, well, hacked up, like you just ripped the sleeves off?
Same principle.
Mm-hmm.
Start small, cut conservatively, cut near the existing sleeve seam first, not right into the body of the shirt.
You can always take more off later.
Exactly. You can always trim more, can't add it back. And another pro tip,
Yeah.
fold the shirt in half vertically before you cut the armholes or neck.
For symmetry.
Precisely. Line up the shoulder seams, fold it down the middle, then cut both armholes at once. Helps keep things even.
Smart.
And like the crop top, give those cut edges a gentle stretch afterwards. Helps them roll slightly, looks more finished. Maybe even consider cutting the neckline a bit wider or deeper for a more flattering look than just the raw crew neck edge.
Okay, these are great starting points, but what about people who want to get really creative? Go beyond the basics and make something truly unique.
Right, this is where it gets really fun. This is where you move from just altering to actually designing.
Like adding detail.
Exactly. We're talking creative cutout designs. These let you add bold patterns, eye-catching details, really show off your personality.
So not just cutting off hems and sleeves.
Nope. Think. Cutting shapes into the fabric, maybe a heart shape on the back, or little triangles along the sleeves, diamond patterns on the shoulders, even just rows of small slits can create cool texture.
Wow.
We heard from Rachel, an art student who does these amazing geometric cutouts. She said the key is making them look professional and intentional. Placement and clean cuts are everything.
That sounds like it takes more planning.
A bit more, yeah. You definitely want to mark your design carefully first, but the results can be stunning. It turns the shirt into like a piece of wearable art.
Okay, I'm intrigued. And what about those big, baggy shirts? Maybe ones with cool graphics you love, but the fit is just awful.
Ah, yes, the oversized tee dilemma. Perfect candidate for the halter top transformation.
Ooh, how does that work?
Basically, you're cutting away the sleeves and neckline in a specific way to create ties that go around your neck, halter style. Sometimes you create ties for the back, too.
So you completely reshape it.
Totally reshapes it. It's fantastic for summer and a brilliant way to salvage a shirt where the graphic is the main event.
Cool. Any other advanced tricks?
Yeah, another neat one is using side tie techniques.
Side.
You cut vertical strips along the side seams of the shirt, from the hem up towards the armpit. Then you can literally tie those strips together.
Oh, so you can cinch it in, make it fitted.
Exactly. It lets you customize the fit completely, make it as tight or loose as you want. Plus, the ties themselves add this really interesting visual texture, kind of ruchet effect.
That sounds really clever. It's amazing what you can do with just scissors.
It really is.
Yeah.
And the impact people feel is pretty profound. We found more stories. Emma started a fashion blog. Right?
Yeah. Documented her cutting experiments. She turned a huge men's XL shirt into this fitted, asymmetrical crop top with cutouts on the side. And her post went viral. People were blown away by the transformation, showed what's possible.
Incredible.
And Maya, the college student we mentioned, she literally said DIY cutting saved my college wardrobe budget, turned maybe $50 worth of basic tees into what felt like a $500 wardrobe just by cutting them creatively.
And see, it's not just the money saved, though that's great. It's the feeling of accomplishment.
Right? Totally.
That confidence boost you get from wearing something unique that you made. It changes your relationship with clothes, makes you think more thoughtfully about them. It's empowerment, really. Seeing potential where others see, well, just an old shirt.
Okay, but let's be real. Mistakes happen, especially when you're starting out. What about those oops moments? You cut crooked, you cut too much. Is the shirt just ruined?
The dreaded oops.
Yeah.
It happens. But don't despair. Most things are fixable, or at least adaptable.
Okay, like uneven cuts. That seems common.
Super common. Easiest fix. Fold the shirt in half again, line up the edges, and carefully trim the longer side to match the shorter one. Clean it up.
Or,
Embrace the asymmetry. Call it intentional. Sometimes an uneven hem or neckline can actually look kind of cool and edgy if you own it.
okay, fair enough. What if the cut's too small, like the armhole is too tight?
Easiest fix ever. Just trim a bit more. That's why the golden rule is start conservative. Cut less than you think you need, try it on, then trim more if needed.
Right. Can't put fabric back. But what if you do cut too much? Like the neckline is suddenly down to your navel.
Okay, that's trickier, but not necessarily fatal. Don't just bin it. Get creative.
Ow.
Could you turn the mistake into a feature? Maybe add more cutouts nearby to make the big one look like part of a deliberate pattern?
Interesting idea.
Or maybe that shirt now becomes a layering piece. Wear it over a bandeau, a camisole, or even another t-shirt. Problem solved. We heard from Lindsay, another enthusiast, who said, most mistakes in DIY shirt cutting can become happy accidents. It's about being resilient and thinking outside the box.
I like that attitude, happy accidents. So we've talked personal style, saving money, fixing mistakes. But stepping back, what's the bigger picture here? Does this DIY trend actually mean anything for, like, fashion overall?
Oh, absolutely. You've hit on a really critical point. Beyond the individual benefits, there are significant sustainability pluses.
Right, keeping clothes out of landfills.
Exactly. Think about the fashion industry's footprint. It's huge. Water use, pollution, waste, and individuals throw away so much clothing every year. It's staggering.
Yeah, I've heard those stats. Depression.
But every single shirt you cut up and transform instead of throwing away, that's textile waste diverted. That's extending a garment's life.
Yeah.
That's slightly less demand for new production.
It feels small, one shirt at a time.
It feels small, but multiply it by millions of people doing it.
Mm.
It adds up. It really raises that question. How can these little personal choices actually nudge us towards more conscious consumption? It's a tangible way to participate in that bigger shift.
And it seems like people aren't just doing this alone in their bedrooms, right? There's a community aspect, too.
Definitely. It's become quite social. Online, obviously, Pinterest, Instagram are flooded with ideas, tutorials, people showing off their creations, hashtags connecting everyone.
Like virtual craft circles.
Kind of. And we heard about things like DIY shirt cutting challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Jordan, the marketing guy? He started one with friends, made it a fun, collaborative thing.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, things like clothing swap parties are perfect for this. Bring your old stuff, swap, maybe even have a cutting station there. And local workshops are popping up too, teaching skills in person.
So it builds connections, too.
Yeah, it builds skills, fosters creativity, creates social bonds, and sometimes it even leads to professional stuff. People starting little side hustles, doing custom cuts, or fashion students using it to really understand garment construction and drape. It connects on a lot of levels.
Wow. What an incredible journey, really. Just starting with an old t-shirt and some scissors. It's genuinely transformative, isn't it? Thinking about the unique, personal, and sustainable wardrobe you can build.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you look at your clothes differently. Not just as things you bought, but as potential, raw material.
Exactly, full of untapped possibilities. And maybe that's the final thought to leave you with. Think beyond just the t-shirts for a second. Look around your home, in your closet. How many other things could get a new life, a fresh look? A purpose extended, just with little creative thinking and some simple tools.
That's a really interesting question. Makes you want to go explore the back of the closet, doesn't it? We really hope this inspires you to maybe look at your own stuff with new eyes. Perhaps even start your own DIY journey. Turn something ordinary into something extraordinary.